the Rockets lose in the NBA Cup, and Fred VanVleet is struggling. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? And this is the Summit State of Mind podcast, brought to you by the Apollo Podcast Network and powered by J Bar M Barbecue, located minutes from Toyota Center. Make sure to check them out for happy hour. We are here. It's me. It's main event JP. I got my boy, the Big Goose DJ. But
so with it.
Today, we got ourselves a special guest to the summit.
Yes, sir.
Yo, he is the king of stats. He is the president of Rockets Twitter, hailing from League City, Texas. My boy, Bradeaux, NBA.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I mean, if y'all didn't know, that's him.
Yes, I appreciate y'all having me on. First in-person podcast, believe it
It's
or not.
about damn time.
So,
I know, bro.
It's got to be with the Apollo guys.
Oh, man, we feel that love, man. How we feeling, bro?
Feeling good. You know, Rockets are sitting at what? A really good record right now. We're 15 or 17 and 9. You know, we'll take it. But man, the offense is ugly.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But you know, today is Wednesday. I think it's December the 18th.
It is.
December 18th. Yes, sir.
So we're a little late. We apologize. But what's going down is that the Houston Rockets lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Cup Final Four over in Vegas. Our boys had some fun for 3 quarters, but my God, the fourth quarter was ugly. Mm-hmm. Boys, let's just get to it. How do we feel about that game? How do we feel like with the overall look of the team after that nice little huge slice of humble pie from Oklahoma City?
Let's start with DJ.
Look,
Let's see it, DJ.
I don't even think they humbled us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. Look, I don't think they humbled us, man. Look, it's fine. You know, we took the L. You know what I'm saying? We just got to knock down threes, man. Our that 3-point shooting was terrible. They didn't respect our shooting at all. It was. I remember one play. Shea just left Dylan Brooks wide open, and Dylan Brooks was like comfortably open and didn't make it. Just missed it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was terrible. It was terrible for that last quarter. And
yeah,
maybe a couple
we
minutes.
were in the game.
Yeah,
we had the lead going into the half.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. They gave me hope. I thought we were gonna do it and, go to the Cup final and, I could talk my shit again. Right. If you ain't know, I went viral, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gilbert Arenas for putting me on the show. But not for real.
Man, that's some real shit, bro. That shit was hilarious.
It went viral. That clip was crazy.
It's crazy.
And we were with you that night. We were with you before the game.
Before that.
Man, we went through the roller coaster emotions pregame.
I told y'all I was going to cry. Y'all thought I was lying. I was going to cry.
I know you were lying.
Those were real tears.
I know who you
those
are,
were real
bro.
Tears? You was faking it a little bit? Can't even disclose it.
I was faking a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? I was a little emotional because we finally beat the worst. But, it is what it is. We took the L against the Thunder. I don't think they humbled us. We'll get them next time. Anybody worry about the Thunder, man. So, Brad.
Yeah.
What about you, my man?
Yeah, I want to say, early on, this was like a real defensive battle.
It felt like a 90s.
It's like 90s, early 2000s basketball. It was like 15-9 at one point, going deep into the first quarter. I mean, by the end of the half, it was 42-41. The Rockets had the lead.
Yeah, I mean, we were up by 8, with 2 minutes left, and they just, that lead
right.
real quick, bro.
Yeah, even with that lead, my main thing was, hey, this OKC team is really bad right now, shooting from the floor, and the Rockets didn't take advantage of that.
Facts.
And I was like, they got to figure it out on offense. They got to start hitting some shots. As y'all mentioned, they were wide open from 3, and that was OKC's scheme. They were like, we're going to leave these guys open. They looked at the scouting report.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, yeah, Fred's not hitting his threes this season. Jalen's not hitting his threes this season. Dylan Brooks, he's been a respectable 3-point shooter for the most part. They were leaving him wide open. Because as a whole, the Rockets aren't a good 3-point shooting team.
We're just not a shooting team.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring this to the table. Sadly, the Houston Rockets right now are the 29th most efficient team in the entire NBA.
There you go. See, king of stats. He's flexing his muscles right there.
No, really 29th? Where were we before? Do you remember or no?
We were 27th before.
Bro, we've been bottom tier in terms of efficiency. Anything of offense, we've just been terrible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All year. Pace is still, we're 16th right now. We're not very good.
I think the only thing we're really good at on offense is maybe offensive rebounding.
Offensive rebounding, they're a good rebounding team.
That's it. That's terrible, man. Come on, we gotta be better.
Overall, when you were watching the game, you could see you can see the foundation start to crumble.
Yeah.
After you start going through the third quarter. You saw SGA. He knows he's the best player on the court.
Yep.
Even though my man choked last night, but we're not going to touch on that. We're not touching on that. Fake.
Womp womp. You know what I'm saying?
But for real though,
Stinker.
like, he decided to go off. Jalen Williams went off. And Isaiah Hartenstein had himself a game too, man. Those boys, that big three right there is kind of what killed it for us. The defense was really good overall. But you can see towards the end of the third and going into the fourth that they started scheming out. They made the adjustments. And Ime did not adjust so well. And that's kind of the issue there. That's kind of like fell flat. That's a common theme throughout the whole season. You know, not just that game. Those are the games that we stay in. We haven't really been blown out all year. Maybe once or twice.
But OKC once, yeah.
Once.
And, you know, sure enough, same damn team. Putting a hurting on us. But, you know, that's the issue there, okay, with Ime. That's just not his thing. But you know what? Let's move forward. Let's not touch on that shit. Because you know what? We're going to touch on something that might be even a little bit more painful. Our $45 million point guard, Fred VanVleet. My man, as you guys know, has not played well this year. I mean, he's had great games. He had a great game against OKC on my birthday on the 1st. That was a great game, great performance by Fred. And he's had some pretty good performance up and down all year. But, man, the way that man played in the fourth quarter, I've never felt more frustrated by a guy in a long time. He shot like, 2 for 13 the whole game. He was like 0 for 7 or 1 for 7 from 3.
No, he made
one in the fourth.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh, man, there we go. Fred's patented 3 when there's not enough time on the clock.
Right.
But, you know, that's one of those things that we've seen, guys. How are we feeling about Fred? I know that a lot of the talk on Twitter is about Harden, but let's start on Fred first, and then we'll move forward from that. How are we feeling, Brad?
Yeah, so Fred VanVleet, I mean, you just look at the shooting splits right now. He's got a 49 true shooting percentage on the season, which is ugly if you're not familiar.
That's terrible.
True shooting percentage it's way
God.
below league average. Like his shot diet, if you look at it, he needs to excel on his pull-up threes. And right now he's shooting 30% on above the break threes. That's like at the top of the key.
Yeah.
And that's heavy in his shot diet. That's his pull-up threes when the guy is in drop off the pick and roll. He's just missing them.
Yeah.
Like, and that you can't
But that was
really
never efficient for him, even in Toronto. He
Yeah.
was decent.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong.
I think his
but it's like-
last year, he was like 37, 38.
Right, he was 37 as a whole. But,
Mhm.
I mean, the main thing with him is he doesn't create any rim pressure, but when he's getting to the rim, he's 17% below league average at the rim.
crazy.
And he's only shooting around 40% from mid-range. So as a whole, his game is just very predictable. And I'll give him
Yeah.
props for, being able to run the offense efficiently to the point where, I'm going to get Şengün the rock here.
Yep.
And I'm going to get our best player involved. But
Yeah.
he's not turning the ball over. Props again for that. But outside of that, he is good to
Yeah.
take a crazy shot when he knows he's maybe like 0 for 10 in the game.
I admire his confidence.
I admire the confidence, and
Yeah.
he went on a press conference. I forget who interviewed him, but he straight up said, "Yeah, I mean, if that shot is there, I'm taking it, regardless of how I'm shooting today. If the shot is there, I'm taking it. If it's a
man.
good shot,
I
I'm
mean,
taking it."
we call that
Christ.
shooter's mentality.
He's got the
That's
shooter's mentality.
not for everybody. I mean, we all know people that have false confidence when it comes to shooting.
Right.
We've all been there. We've seen it. We've all hooped. We've kind of seen that kind of thing. But with Fred, I admire it. It's admirable. But it's a matter of being aware of what's going on and aware of the situation. Like, you're starting to see him shoot us out of games.
Yeah.
And we get
Yeah.
very lucky because Alp is able to steady. He gets an offensive rebound, posts up, and gets 2 quick points. It's like pretty much butter with him.
Yeah.
And we've seen some good performances from Jalen in the fourth specifically, where he's been able to get to the bucket and get some threes in there, and keep us in the game. But Fred, for the most part, has just been completely horrible. DJ, let's hear it, man. Air out the grievances, bro. I'm ready to hear it.
I thought we'd be having these conversations about Dylan Brooks. I've said it before.
No,
in the
I'm not gonna
past,
deny. We all did. We all
but
did.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the one who's getting paid, or the one veteran that's getting paid less, is playing the best right now. Despite his shooting grievances or whatever these past 2-3 games, whatever. Right? Dylan Brooks has been our best veteran. Fred, you're getting paid $45 million for what? Not to chuck up threes like that, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, last game, right? We get a rebound off a missed free throw. Fred just chucks that bitch. I'm like, yo, set the fucking offense up, man.
That's what he's good for.
Like,
Yeah,
can't be
you know.
fucking doing that. And now we got the fan base. Don't get me wrong, James Harden, I love what you did here.
Yeah.
But, dude, we got the fan base reminiscing on, we should have signed Harden. And then it comes to find out, Ime told Harden, hey, don't come back. We're not ready for a championship. Go to a team where you're ready for a championship.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. So, how I'm feeling? I'm in the middle with Fred still. My feelings have changed from last season. Last season, I said, hey, I'm still glad he's here. I don't give a fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, bro, you shooting us out of games. You're not. Like, the only thing he's really good at the moment is the pick and roll with Şengün, which has been predictable, and teams are picking up on
Spamming
it.
the shit out of
Spamming
that.
the shit out of it. And now teams are doubling, tripling Şengün. They don't respect our shooters because we can't shoot for shit. So, and it's not, like I said, it's not helping that Fred is chucking. Like, what the fuck are we doing, yo? So, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm glad Fred is here. I'm glad Fred has brought veteran leadership to this team.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, I think somebody has to hold Fred accountable for taking these dumb shots. You know, buddy, you might have the same skin tone as Steph Curry, but buddy, you're not Steph Curry. Like, come on.
What a statement.
Come on. I love you, Fred.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Glad to hear. But buddy, you got to take smarter shots.
Yeah. Nah.
It's already enough that our shooting guard has only had a good 5-game stretch, and then after that, he's been up and down. Exactly. We don't need that, man. We don't need that.
We need something more steady.
So, like I said, I'm not happy. Well, we're all not happy with Fred's play.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has to be better.
I want to say one more thing about Fred VanVleet.
Go for it, bro.
I got another stat. It's not a good one. It's worse than the efficiency stat. Crazy.
Don't, Brad.
But it goes into the Rockets. I gotta say it. I said it on our podcast, so I gotta say it on this one too.
Let's air it,
But
bro.
yeah, the Rockets' offense is predictable, right? We all know it's the pick and roll with Şengün, get it to him. And it's just very slow. That puts us at last in the NBA in assist percentage. I mean, I feel like when Fred, the last game he was out, I want to say it was against the Los Angeles Clippers. I could be wrong, but the ball was moving.
When
a man was the starting
It was the
point,
Wizards.
or it was the Wizards.
Yeah,
but the ball was moving. The ball was moving.
Yep.
And that's what I like. I like to see these guys running out in transition, moving the rock around, getting everybody involved.
Facts.
I agree.
And yeah, man, when they got Fred out there again, he has his perks. He keeps the TOs low.
Yeah.
But man, last in assist percentage, it goes into what DJ was saying.
Yes.
They have a predictable offense.
Yep.
And it's not good. And to go along with not being efficient, it's a formula that doesn't work. And the funniest thing about it is, again, this is a 17-9 team.
It blows my mind that we've won this much. I mean, the
Yeah.
defense has spoken for itself all year.
Yeah.
Preaching, the Ime style. We're basically running the Ime style offense. There's basically just nitty gritty. It reminds me of like the 90s Knicks with Pat Riley running the helm. So, we've just seen a lot of that. I mean, with what you said, right? Amen Thompson starting against the Clippers. For me, how I feel is like I understand that Fred takes care of the ball and he turns the ball over much less. But if we were to roll with, hypothetically speaking, if we were to trade Fred for a wing that can really shoot, let's say, high 30s, early 40s from 3, I'm willing to run with Amen Thompson at the 1 with the pace, because we're going to turn the ball over anyway. And you see it. You see that Amen's handles are not like completely tight. Same with Jalen. Both boys are kind of unsure when they got the ball in their hands right now. But I feel like with reps, confidence, it could be better. And, and of course, when you're running a lot more with more pace, more possessions, more chances for turnovers, I'm okay with that. Like, if we're going to run, I don't even need it to be aesthetically pleasing. Our offense is so ugly that we're winning, and it's okay. But if we were to have an offense that might be a little bit prettier in terms of pace, shooting, with more turnovers, honestly, I'd take it. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I feel like we'd get more opportunities to shoot. And then with the type of offensive rebounding this team has, I think we'd be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways, before we move on, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, J-Bar and Barbecue, over in East Downtown, minutes from Toyota Center. Make sure to check them out. They got a great happy hour. Sunday brunch, though, that's where it's at. $16 unlimited mimosas, brunch dishes, sweet and savory, all over the place. I'm just telling you right now, JMRM Barbecue, make sure to visit. Go. Head over there and tell them that the summit sent you there.
Hey, they don't play about that brisket either. Hey, I'll give y'all props, man. Hey, that brisket, fire. All
Sounds
right?
good. I've never been.
You got to
Go,
pull
man.
up,
Good
bro.
food,
You got
man.
to
Good
pull up,
food.
man. Free parking.
Oh,
Let them
yeah.
know.
And
Free
the parking.
parking. Free parking. That's real.
Free 99, man. Let's go, man. Love that free, man. Come on.
But moving forward, we've heard a lot of things in terms of trades, potential moves with, we've seen what Cam Johnson's on the table. MPJ has been offered. Jimmy Butler is out there, even though they just, was it released today or yesterday that Golden State and Phoenix were his teams?
Yeah.
Like, with any of those guys, is there any preference in terms of player that you guys would like to add on to this roster?
We can start DJ.
Oh, me? Okay. I mean, I said my, stance on Jimmy Butler. I don't think I would want him here.
We all agree.
I agree.
I think my top choices would be Book, Fox, or Cam Johnson. I think Book and Fox would be like really available during the offseason because I don't think
that's
most
definitely not a
the Sons of
mid-season
Kings
trade.
would be willing to get rid of him right now unless it's for the right price. But again, they wouldn't get rid of him. But for right now, I think Cam Johnson would be good for this team. Actually, be great for this team. He's a good defender, a great 3-point shooter. I'm not like the stats guy like Brad. I got to pull out my phone.
I got a few numbers, I think.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got to pull out my phone to get the stats for Cam Johnson. But last time I checked, man, he's a great 3-point shooter. So, he, like I said, he'll be good for this team. Cam Johnson. Hey, if Sloan could find a way to get Cam Johnson here, I would not be mad at it. And also, I don't know what the market for the bigs look like, but we do need a backup big, man. Because like I said,
Or Steven Adams, man.
Steven Adams, he can't play back-to-backs like that. Jock Landale is.
Jock Landale.
Yeah.
His favorite big in the world, bro. We know.
I don't like him. I don't. And it's not because you're a bad guy. No, you're just.
It's not personal,
It's
Jock.
not personal. It's just.
It's love. It's all love.
It's all love, but you gotta go, man. You gotta go. But no. Cam Johnson would be a preferable choice here for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah. I would have said the exact same thing. As you mentioned, offseason wise, D Book and De'Aaron Fox are my 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
But again, that's in the offseason. That's not going to happen right now. But in season wise, the only one I would really look at right now, I would say, is Cam Johnson. DJ put it right on the money. Right now, I want to say ballpark, guys. You can look it up. I'll probably be close.
Let me pull up my phone.
65-ish true shooting percentage.
Let me pull out the handy
Very
dandy
efficient. He
phone.
would by far be the most efficient player on the Rockets. Right now,
Well, we employ like the least efficient.
It's
people
bad.
in
It's
the
very
NBA.
bad efficiency wise. Amin is our most
Yeah.
efficient player, and obviously he's not the best shooter, which is cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to his corner 3-point shooting. But Cam Johnson, around 8-ish threes or more a game. He's shooting like 42% from
Bro,
three.
8 threes a game is wild.
I want to say it was upwards of 8
Yeah.
threes a game.
Yeah, it's
9.5 or something like that. What is it?
43% from three. He has a 65% true shooting.
Okay, I was close. Okay.
Yeah, 48 from the field. He's averaging 18, 4, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are good stats.
How many threes a game was it?
I gotta look at that.
Because I want to say it's something crazy. It is perfect.
I mean,
7 threes a game.
Yeah, there it is.
He'd
7.
average like 10 a game for Houston.
Yeah, that's
frankly,
exactly what
with the
we
kind
need.
of gravity
Yeah.
that these guys hold,
Yeah.
especially LP in the post. If they start to double him, they know that they can't leave Cam
Right.
Johnson.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of those things that will help unlock this offense. I mean, I'm going to touch briefly on what Lashard posted today.
Mm-hmm.
He compared the 89 and 90 Rockets to the 23-24 Rockets
Mm-hmm.
in terms of record. They both finished 41 and 41. And then the next year, the 90 and 91 Rockets went 52 and 30.
Nice.
They have almost identical stats in terms of what the Rockets currently do have. And I would say that we're definitely on pace for about 52 to 55 wins this year. So it was like we're like right on cue. And I think that was the year that Don Chaney won Coach of the Year. And if Ime wins Coach of the Year, then we'd pretty much be like all on the same pedestal.
Right.
What I'm saying is like with a player like Hakeem that they had then and LP now, I'm not saying that they're identical or they're the same, but the kind of gravity that they do hold in terms of how they play in the post, it can open up a lot of things.
Yeah.
In the early 90s, the Rockets had Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Scotty Brooks, the backup point guard, Matt Bullard even around that time, who all could shoot the three very well. Obviously, it was a different world, different pace, different time. But what I'm saying is that with the way LP is in the paint, it'd have similar gravity if we were surrounding him with a shooter. And if Cam Johnson was the guy, hypothetically speaking, or someone that I mentioned before, Michael Porter Jr., that's definitely the start of what they could potentially see. I mean, we see the kind of gravity that LP holds now in the paint. And if we just added a shooter or two that was legitimate, oh man, we'd vault from like 52 wins, like 60 wins immediately, just with that type of efficiency. Because it kind of helps everyone else. The reason why they pack the paint is they know no one's going to shoot the ball.
Facts.
And I mean, Jabari is getting there, but Jabari also needs the help in the paint. That he can't do everything.
Yeah.
He's played so well. But, for me, obviously, I feel exact same sentiments as you guys. Devin Booker would be a pipe dream. De'Aaron Fox, even though percentage-wise his shooting isn't as great, he's more dynamic. He gets to the paint. He's a guy with great vision, and he scores efficiently in there. Unlike anyone else we got outside of LP, we need a guard that can get into the paint and draw fouls, because unfortunately Jalen doesn't get the whistle. He doesn't have that kind of respect, but it's out of his control. De'Aaron Fox, pipe dream. But I mean, I think we're all in agreement here that Cam Johnson would be a great pickup. I mean, shit, I would offer the 2027 Brooklyn pick.
Yeah.
Would you guys do the same thing?
Yeah.
Give them their pick back, man. Give them their pick back.
That
man.
pick swap is perfect.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
2027.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, so.
I think that's a good leverage piece for them, but I think Brooklyn might be looking for something more. We'll see what happens. I mean, would you guys offer even a Phoenix pick in addition to the Brooklyn swap? Because, I mean, if Cam Johnson is going to be that good, but the only thing is, a Cam Johnson would be like where you go from like first, second round to basically getting conference finals to the finals. The question is, could we be that team? I don't know yet.
I don't. Yeah,
That's the thing.
I think it's too early.
I agree.
Even though we are a good team, we are a great team.
Right.
Yeah.
We still have our deficiencies. Will Cam Johnson answer all of them? Probably not. But he'll answer, parts of it. And I don't know. Maybe does it get us to the second round, first round? Maybe it does. But conference finals and finals, I don't know, man.
If we get lucky.
If we get lucky.
Yeah.
If we get lucky. But no, he, like I said, him here would be good. It'll be great, man.
Yeah.
It'll
So
be great.
my main thing with Cam Johnson would be, if you make that move, I'm not touching any Phoenix picks because I'm saving that for a potential Devin Booker move, right?
Facts.
So you could touch some of your later picks that we have. And then, I want to say you have to package Landale, your boy Landale.
Goodbye, you know what I'm saying? I'll back to back. Deuces, you know what I'm saying?
We got package Landale and Tate and some picks, and that makes it work. From there, I like going with Bari as the backup center after that move going forward. They have shout out to Kenny. They have a positive 19.2 net rating when Bari's the backup center, 98 possessions when JG4 is at the game. So you can run those lineups without Jalen, and it's a really efficient lineup. Around 98 possessions. So that's a good sample size.
That's pretty good sample size.
Yeah, so it's been
forward,
working, and he's been a lot better at protecting the rim lately. He's playing a lot stronger. 3 balls starting to fall.
The confidence is there, man. I've been the most impressed I've been with any player so far this year is Jabari Smith.
Yeah.
The kind of turnaround that he's made from the beginning to now, unbelievable.
Yeah.
But let's move forward, guys, to our last segment. Let's preview this game tomorrow against the New Orleans Pelicans. So this is what we do, Brad. We have our 3 keys to the game, and each of us give a key.
Okay.
All right? So this is the Texas Trinity. 3 keys to the game presented by J-Bar and Barbecue. So, DJ, Big Goose, we're going with you first. What is your key to the Rockets winning this game?
I think this should be the key to every game. Make open threes. God damn. Make threes, man. Except this with the Warriors game, I don't think they really did that, So we've been shooting bad. Obviously, no kept secret from the 3 from these past couple games.
Yeah.
I just need these boys to make threes. When you open, make threes. I don't know I know Zion's out. Is Brandon Ingram player?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
I'd have to double check.
Well, they're still an injury riddled team. Don't take these boys lightly. They might be like one of the worst teams in the Western Conference, but you never know. On any given night, they could be hitting threes and all that. We just need to make our open threes. That's it. Make open threes, make your shots. Simple. It don't sound hard, right?
It's a great key.
There you go.
So that's it.
Brad, what's your second key, bro?
That's a good question. I would say a good key for this Rockets team is just, again, they're playing a 5-22 Pelicans
There you
team,
go.
very injury riddled. So at the end of the day, as you got to hit threes, but I would say get out and run in transition.
Yeah.
You're gonna get stops. Capitalize on that. Get out in transition and just work. That's where you can really capitalize. They're the number one rebounding team in the NBA. Second best defensive team still. Get those boards, get out and run, and then score so we don't have to look at this half-court offense. So
there you go.
That'd be my second key. Yeah.
Bring us more exciting basketball, boys.
Yeah.
Okay, but my third key, I know that we got kind of killed against OKC. My key is shake it off, boys. Shake it off. This is a normal trap game. They're 5-22, like Brad said. This is like the top 3 worst team in the league. So it's very normal for teams like us, especially 17-9. It's kind of crazy to say, right? That the game against the terrible team is the trap game, considering how we've been. But don't fall into the trap, boys. Shake it off. Shout out Taylor Swift about how bad we played against OKC. Turn it up. Follow what these guys said. Get your confidence back. Get a dub over there, and then come back home. It's only, 6-7 hours away in New Orleans, right?
Wait, we play in New Orleans?
I believe we play in New Orleans.
I was home.
Are we at home?
So it will be at home, and then we play them again shortly on the 26th.
Okay, so that's my bad. Obviously, I look at my Rockets schedule. The whole time I thought it was away, but we're going to be at home, boys. So everyone come out. Go to Toyota Center. Support the boys. Show them some love for how far they went in the NBA Cup. All right, boys, let's get ready to go home here. Brad, let the people know where they can find you and, put all the plugs in, bro. Plug it all in. Let's hear it.
All right, so we got a few things going. First things first, I want to plug the Houston Live Room. You can live watch every single Houston Rockets game with us in the Houston Live Room on Playback TV.
I've been on there.
Yeah, we have my boy on. We need to get you on. But it's a great experience. You'll be with my guy Will, Bias Houston.
I don't think you want me to be on there.
You
so stupid. You already know how my mouth is.
That's exactly what we need on the show. So tap into the Houston Live Room on Playback. Outside of that, we have the Bradeaux and Will Show streaming on all platforms, specifically on YouTube. You can tap into our podcast there. If you haven't seen it, we've had Shangoon on the show, Jabari on the show. You can check out those interviews. If not, Will and I are on once or twice a week. And outside of that, Bradeaux NBA on every single social media handle. We got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm trying to work on the TikTok and the IG right now. But primarily Twitter. And I appreciate y'all for letting me on the show. It's been a great time for
for sure, bro.
First live podcast experience.
There you go. We in it. DJ, let the people know.
Man, y'all only get my Twitter, Hustletown Season. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably gonna follow my Instagram because Mr. Bradeaux posted my rant on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But no. The Hustletown Season, SEN on Twitter. Y'all not getting my Instagram unless you can find it. My life is private. You know what I'm saying? I lay low. So
I'll take off the IG comment.
I love it.
I love the publicity, man. I'm trying to get us, you know what I'm saying, out there, you know? So I love it.
My man likes to keep it just a little low key. I mean, he was on the Gilbert Arenas show, so I mean, just keep it a little low key.
Bro, Nick Young was dying on the couch. Hey? Like they were like during the live, you could see Nick Young was like, bro, what is wrong with this dude, man? Like,
I love it, bro. But guys, before we go here, shout out. I got to give a quick shout out to our YouTube subs. Guys,
13.
We made it to 13K.
13.
Give a hand for our subs,
13.
man. Thank you guys for supporting us. I know I've been saying to super kick that subscribe button, like, comment. I hear you, DJ. I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit, bro. I need my partner to support me in my endeavors, and that was not supporting, bro.
There you go, right there. Whoa. Don't you ever. I'm supporting.
I know that my kick wasn't so menacing, but DJ there. DJ there. Oh, my God. But yeah, so thank you. Shout out, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, everything on our YouTube, youtube.com/ApolloHOU. Shout out to y'all. Thank you again. Make sure to follow me on socials at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast on Twitter at Summit, SOMPOD. Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at SummitStateOfMind_POD. Make sure to follow our people, our brothers, our fam on all platforms at ApolloHOU. And shout out to our other podcast, The Wrestle Era, where the era of wrestling is forever.
Yeah.
We will have some episodes releasing soon. Watch parties will be happening. Stay tuned for that. We will announce those shortly. Anyways, guys. Whew, man, what an episode. episode.
Fun.
Brad, thank you again for coming. We're excited that you were here.
In the flesh,
Excited-
man.
Yeah,
In the
no, man.
flesh.
His first live podcast.
First
I
one,
didn't know
somehow.
that. I didn't know that's what it was. But anyways, DJ, do the word.
Is Kenny okay? You okay, Kenny? Okay. Oh, I thought you fell. My bad. Okay, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's still.
Yeet.
Yeet. Let's get out of here, man. That's,
All right, go Rockets.
I was like, no, I thought Kenny had fell. I was like, oh shit. Yeet. You know what I'm saying?
That's it right there.
Yeet. You know what I'm saying? Yeet.
All right.